Welcome to another episode of Studio 64. In this video, we shall have a look at the TWOC model for 2022. In case you're not familiar with the TWOC, it's short for Tarmac Works Owners Club. It's their membership-based club wherein once you're a member, you get to enjoy exclusive benefits from Tarmac Works, which includes access to members-only, limited edition yearly model, such as this one here. And for 2022, we have the historic 1972 Trans-America 2.5 Championship, car number 46, BRE Datsun 510, by John Morton. But first, I'd like to thank our friends from Tarmac Works for giving me this model. What an early Christmas treat indeed. So let's begin with the packaging. As you can see, the box design is themed with the car livery. It opens by lifting the front tab, secured by a magnet latch. Underneath the opening flap is where the limited edition certificate is placed. For this year, its derived design is a California plate number, with a tag that reads DAT, short for Datsun, and 0024, specifying the number of this model. Meaning it's number 24, out of 1,999 pieces. And inside the box is where we'll find another box, of which the actual car is packaged. It's basically your standard Hobby 64 cutout sleeve box. It has the same themed livery design on it too, which I really like by the way. Just like on the outer box, we have here the car description, and the official licensed product sticker. And while I'm unwrapping the plastic from the box, here are some interesting info on this BRE Datsun 510. This Japan import was practically the underdog compared to the more pedigreed production cars, like the BMW 2002, the Alfa Romeo Tipo, and the Ford Escort, which dominated the races back then. The historic win for the humble Datsun 510 came during the 1972 Trans-America, where race car driver, and car designer, Peter Brock, of Brock Racing Enterprises, or BRE for short, and driver John Morton, went head-to-head with the Alfa Romeo Tipo driven by Horst Queck. It was a 1-2 finish where the Alfa Romeo crossed the finish line first, but due to the Alfa Romeo having a bigger fuel tank, the win went to the Datsun 510. If you want to know more about this car's history, there's a video with a title, Against All Odds, on a YouTube channel named Nissan USA. I placed the link on the description below. While the model is still propped up on its base, what do you think of the stance? I find it a tad bit high. The wheelbase is just about right though. Model on hand, I am quite pleased with the paint finish. The red and blue colors pop, and complements really well with the nicely applied BRE race livery Tampo graphics. And speaking of Tampo graphics, based on what I've seen online, I think the Tampo graphics on this model is an accurate representation of the race livery on the real car. Moving in closer, and beginning with the wheels, I'm not expecting the wheels to roll since this is a Hobby 64 model. The rims look really nice though. It has a 2-ton finish to it, with the lip having a chrome finish, while the inner spokes have a satin finish. Molded quite well too. The Goodyear logo on the tire walls are clear and distinct. I mentioned earlier that I found the stance to be a bit high, and here you'll see that the tire's clearance from the body is quite big. This side profile showcases the iconic box design of the 510. It's really a simple design, yet it has generated a huge following. And if you notice there's no side mirrors, it really doesn't have one. I mean on the real car too. Interesting. You'll also notice the roll bars inside is too low. I'd attribute it to a tooling error. Moving to the front, we see the headlights covered with Tampo graphics. It's not that clear though, but that's fine. It's really a small space to place a decal anyway. Front grille looks clean and sharp, as well as the front chin spoiler. And the chrome bumper is quite awesome. And on the hood area, we have the windshield wipers as separate pieces. Be careful in handling it on this part. The hood latch's graphics is a nice touch. Moving to the rear, I noticed this protrusion on the rear right rim. I tried to adjust the tire, but since the wheels do not roll, gaining access to the whole tire is quite tricky. And on the rear end, I do appreciate the accurate tooling done here. Very distinct Japanese design. minimal and efficient. Tail lights are plastic inserts, with some chrome detail on the perimeter. Rear chrome bumper, and the yellow tailpipe are nice touches. Removing the 2 screws on the plastic base reveals the interior of the model. Although the components are nicely molded, nothing much can really be seen, since it's mostly blacked out, apart from the seat belts. At this point, I'd like to show you some comparison of 510 models from other brands, to see the scale accuracy. Beginning with this 2-door Datsun 510 from Tomitech TLV. As you can see, it's practically identical in scale. And as most of us collectors are aware of, TLV and TLVNs are pretty much the benchmark for 1/64 scale accuracy. And the other one to compare would be this Kaido House version from Mini GT. Well, as most of us know, this Kaido House model isn't exactly 1/64 in scale. But since it has the same livery, why not compare the two? So there you have it. The 2022 Tarmac Works Owners Club model, the very historic 1972 BRE Datsun 510, 2.5 Trans Am Championship driven by John Morton. My thoughts on this? I do appreciate that there's another diecast maker that released this iconic race car. From what I know, there are 2 other makers, Greenlight and Hot Wheels. The story behind this car is just amazing that it literally created a cult following, even in diecast collecting. As far as the quality of the casting goes, I think a bit of tweaking on the QC department wouldn't hurt. The car is so simple in design that the smallest details are highlighted. Nevertheless, it's still a great choice for an owner's club model. Kudos for that. And for more details on how to join the club, visit their website at tarmacworks.com. What do you guys think? Feel free to leave your comments below. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, do hit that like button. And consider subscribing if you still haven't. Would truly help a lot for future reviews. Till next time.